A German ace pointed his guns at a crippled U.S. bomber, then unexpectedly turned away. What happened next shocked the world. But first, a word from our sponsor. And now, back to the story. It was 1943 during the Battle of Britain. German airfields were under constant attack by Allied bombers. But one day, a German pilot named Franz Stigler spotted something unusual. It was a U.S. bomber with its wing torn apart and barely moving. Its crew was trying to get it back to England. According to the rules of the Luftwaffe, Stigler could shoot it down without warning. In fact, that would earn him some serious points for his aerial victories. Not to mention that shooting down an American plane would bring him closer to being promoted to the rank of major. But when Stigler got closer, he saw that the bomber had already lost an entire wing, and that the remaining 3 were wounded or dead. He could easily finish them off, but as he banked his plane to get ready for the attack, he noticed something. The bomber's wounded crew was desperately waving a white flag. Suddenly, Stigler felt a strong sense of guilt. He couldn't just shoot them down. He did something no German pilot had done in years. He escorted the plane out of German airspace. After making sure the bomber was out of danger, he saluted the surviving crew and returned to base. This act of mercy would change his life forever. When the war ended, Stigler learned that the bomber he'd saved belonged to the U.S. 9th Air Force. And to this day, he had no idea where it had come from or who was inside. All he knew was that he'd done the right thing. Decades passed, but the American pilot he'd saved, Harry Lomas, never forgot what Stigler had done. He searched for him for over 50 years, even though most people thought he was crazy. Eventually, his search led him to Germany, where he found the old pilot and told him what he'd done. Upon hearing this, Stigler was deeply moved. Despite the language barrier, they quickly formed a bond and became lifelong friends until Stigler's death in 2008. Every year on the anniversary of their meeting, Harry would fly to Germany to pay his respects to his old friend. But there's a twist to this amazing story. You see, their meeting wasn't actually what you think. You see, it all started when a U.S. journalist wrote an article about a German pilot who'd saved the life of an American airman. That article caught the attention of Harry Lomas, who then started searching for the pilot. But he didn't find Franz Stigler. He actually found someone else. You see, there were 2 pilots who saved each other, and it wasn't until they met that they realized it. The first was a German pilot who shot down an American bomber, but instead of killing the crew, he let them go. The second was an American pilot who, after reading about the German pilot's act of mercy, set out to find him. But why did the German pilot let the Americans go? Was it because he didn't want to waste his bullets? Or was it because he knew the war was going badly for Germany? We may never know the full story, but we can learn from the courage of these 2 pilots. In a world where people often seem too quick to hate, it's important to remember that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Even in war, humanity flies higher. This has been a mini-episode. If you like stories like this, stay tuned for more. See you next time.